hey,
Yeah.
your boy Michael Chandler's fighting. What
Yeah.
do you think happened? What do
Good.
you think what do you think moved Mike off of his stance that he was waiting for
You
Conor
know
McGregor?
what? I almost tweeted this the other day. I got distracted. And so I'm gonna say it right now. This is, because it's gonna make this the biggest podcast in MMA. We might already be. I think we're people's favorites. I think
Yeah,
people
we're
are
doing
voting.
really good. We're doing really
um,
good.
no, it's pretty obvious to me that Conor McGregor is an addict, and he is
Really?
charismatic enough, rich enough, that it doesn't really have a hugely negative impact on his life, and so everyone kind of is like lets him do what he wants to do. But it's like this guy clearly is out partying, can't show up for a training camp, and then because he can't show up for training camp, he can't get ready to fight. I mean, there's videos of him partying constantly. And listen, if you're rich and famous, and I guess you're not murdering anyone or anything worse where you're going to go to jail, I guess fine, whatever. You go live your life. But he did kind of drag on this fact that he was going to fight for 2 years. So it's really annoying. But I was probably on record saying he's not fighting in 2023. I was on record saying Michael Chandler should move on and just say, hey, you're not a serious fighter anymore. You're an addict and you can't train. I've said that many times. And so I think for me, hey,
What's
it's
he
about
addicted to,
time.
Ben? What's he addicted to? Drugs or alcohol?
Probably both
You
would be
think
my
he's just out
guess.
there fucking just going crazy?
Well, I mean, listen, I don't know that I can make any pronouncements without actually having seen him do it, but I watched enough videos to know that this guy's out of control. He's partying constantly. And from all rumors, he's on multiple substances. I don't know
Remember,
that any of them dissipate
Chael
that.
told me at one point he was in rehab. That's why he didn't fight. Conor McGregor is in rehab for alcohol and drugs, and that's
Chael said
why that
that?
fight was canceled. Chael said that on
I
ESPN, bro.
mean, he might be right. I don't
Yeah, I
know.
don't know, dude. Like I told Chael this the other day too. Like Jamil Kelly made a statement. He goes, "Man, you just believe everything Chael and Ben say." I go, "Where they're my friends. They're my friends, and we do these podcasts." He's like, "These dudes be on Twitter, and you just be believing everything they say." I was like, "Man, I think I was like,
Maybe
sometimes that
maybe he
stuff be
went to
true."
rehab and he broke out because I just see him partying all the time.
Dude, I don't know. Like rehab doesn't seem to work for everybody
For
because
some people,
remember that one time John Jones was in rehab for 12 hours?
but he
That
was.
was crazy. Yeah, he went to rehab for like 12
No, I don't
hours.
remember that.
They don't make you stay. Rehab should be like where when you go, you're like obligated to stay for a certain amount of time, like
Yeah,
jail.
like almost like prison.
Hey, you know what happened to me the other day, Ben? It was the
What?
craziest thing ever. So I'm watching Netflix, right?
Mhm.
And this you know how like it plays next, like something plays next.
Yeah.
So this documentary about John Gacy comes on. So
Oh,
listen,
he was like a murderer, right?
yo, so I'm watching this thing, right? And Gacy is in episode one, he's a normal house husband. He's a husband in his house. He has a business, and they're talking about him. And I'm watching it halfway through the episode, and because they're saying John Gacy, then they start going Gacy, 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 Gacy. So then I'm watching it, and I look over to Kassan, and I go, "Hey, Kassan," she's like, "What?" I was like, "I think this guy Gacy did it, man." I was like, "This guy," I was like cracking the code, Ben. I had figured out the killer in episode one, not knowing not
Wow.
knowing I was watching a documentary about the killer clown, John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah,
I didn't
he was like
know.
a longtime murderer or something,
He
like serial
killed 30
killer.
something people.
Oh
But
my
I
God.
literally thought I felt so proud of myself. I was like, I'm cracking the code. In episode one, I was like, I think I know who did it. I was like, I think it's Gacy. And then Cassandra looks at me and goes, "You stupid idiot. His name is John Wayne Gacy, the killer." I go, "Oh my God, it's the killer clown." But they weren't saying Wayne, John Wayne Gacy. They were saying
Yeah.
Gacy, Gacy, Gacy.
He
So
might have
I,
been from Wisconsin, unfortunately. We got a lot of serial killers
he
up here.
was he was
He
from
was from
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, right? Wasn't that the thing?
He was living in Illinois, but I think he was from Wisconsin. It's so bad. He was such a weird dude, man. Oh my God. I had so like I was having trouble sleeping last night after watching this dude. I was I was having trouble.
Wow.
You know,
Oh, you're funny.
I was having trouble. Dude, I
All
swear
right,
to God, I thought I
let's
cracked.
get off John Wayne Gacy and giving kids nightmares and back to MMA where we're having
Yeah,
fun.
dude, it was awesome. It was
It was awesome.
he got killed, bro. They actually executed him in only 14 years. They got people that sit on death row for 30 years. They
That's
got
kind
him
of
in
crazy,
14
isn't it?
years. Huh?
That's kind of
14
crazy
years.
to sit on death row that long.
They sit that long on death row. Anyhow, Ben Askren. All right, we want to start this new segment for you. It's called
Yes.
Funky's Corner, where I give you some time to talk about a topic that you found on Twitter or maybe on Truth Social, whatever those maybe
True
you found it
social. I'm
on
not on that one.
maybe you find it on one of those types of social media platforms,
I could say all
or
kinds of
something you want
things.
to
I
promote.
could just go on forever.
You got a little bit of time, Ben?
Okay.
Have fun,
Well,
my guy.
hey,
I want to
Daniel, I
listen.
want to ask you this. Have you checked out my new book, Extreme
Ooh.
Balance? I would have sent you one, but I know you don't love to read.
Well, you already sent. I already
Audiobook.
bought a whole. I bought a whole bunch of books from you just the
No,
other
no, that
day.
was
The
a
wrestling
journal. That
journal.
was a journal. That was a wrestling journal for your athletes.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a book. It's about extreme balance. So, I don't even know if you know this. We interviewed athletes for this book. So my buddy Gerald Mearshart's in there, Chris Weidman. I attempted to interview you,
No,
but
you
you
didn't.
wouldn't show up for a phone call. So I didn't want to bug you too much. I asked you like once or twice, and then
Are you
yeah.
serious?
Yeah, so it's about the balance of mindsets. And so, for example, I'll give you an example. Say, let's see, let me think, what's a good Daniel one? All right, let's talk about this one. So, chapter 8, respecting your opponent and trying to crush your opponent. So, it's like a balance because I think, you could probably think about the kids you coach. Some of them, they probably respect their opponents too much, and they're
Yep.
kind of maybe have a fear of them. And then some of your kids, they probably don't respect their opponents enough. They want to
Enough.
crush them, but then sometimes because of that, they're a little bit careless, you know? And so the idea of the whole book is that you need to balance both sides. You need to have them both and use them at the correct time. So like when you're maybe waking up in the morning and you're not super motivated because you don't respect your opponent, you still need to get up and train and say, my opponents are capable. I need to work hard. But then when you're walking out to the mat, the last thing you want is to say, oh, this guy's freaking good.
Really
Oh
good.
my
Yeah, you don't
God.
want to do
His
that.
high crotch is so good. You don't be scared. What do you think about this idea?
It's awesome. Like I
Okay.
think it's a great idea. And also, honestly, man, if I can give you your flowers, I think that you are one of the best coaches in the country
Thanks,
at any
buddy.
level. And I think that your mentality to in your approach to competition is next level. That's why you are having so much success. Not only you, but as your athletes go forward.
Yeah.
And this is a great thing. Yeah, I'm gonna buy some
Yeah.
of those books
So,
for my athletes. Bro, I'm so tired of just lining your pocket with money. I
ha!
paid so much for those journals, and now
I
I'm gonna
gave you
go.
such a deal. You stop it.
I paid so much for those journals, and now I'm gonna pay so much for your book. Like all, I'm your greatest
Oh my
customer.
goodness.